Wing foiling can give you the feeling of absolute freedom and sensations of flying above the water. In the next 10 minutes, you will learn the most important steps to get up in the air. First, mount the back wing to the fuselage. Next, insert the plates into the tracks so that each track has one plate on the front and one in the back. Then place the mast onto the foil tracks. If you don't have any further instructions on the correct mast position, start with a position in the middle of the tracks. Now push the plates right under the screw holes of the base plate. Insert the supplied screws and pull them tight. Place the fuselage onto the mast, insert the screws, and pull them tight. Last but not least, mount the front wing to your fuselage and make sure all screws are tight. Finally, attach a leash to the leash plug of your board. Setting up your wing is fast and easy. The front tube, also called leading edge, should be facing towards the wind when unfolding or unrolling the wing. If you're setting up a wing with a boom, attach the front and back of the boom to the connections on the wing. Next, close the dump valve and connect the safety line from your pump to the leash loop on the leading edge of your wing. Now insert the pump to the airport valve and twist it clockwise. Pump the wing to the recommended PSI and then detach the pump by twisting it counterclockwise. Always remember to close the cap of the airport valve. If not already done, attach the wrist leash to the leash loop of your wing. Secure the leash on your wrist or on any stable object to prevent your wing from flying away. Before we get into detail with riding techniques, check out the most important basics of wing foiling. Whenever you carry your wing or place it on the ground, the leading edge should be facing into the wind at an angle of 90 degrees. In all wind-related sports, we call the side which is facing towards the wind upwind. Everything which is facing away from the wind we call downwind. Remember, whether you are carrying your wing or riding, the wing always has to be on your downwind side. When riding as a beginner, you want to start at an angle of 90 degrees to the wind. This is also called crosswind course or beam reach. Your feet are positioned at least shoulder width apart and the front foot facing forward. Before heading out on the water, take your time to practice the basics on the beach. Position the wing downwind of you with the leading edge facing into the wind. Grab the leading edge handle with one hand and reach out to the side with your second hand. Now grab the leading edge with both hands closer to the tip and flip the wing. As soon as the wing is flipped, move your hands back to the center of the wing. Now grab the leading edge handle with your backhand and lift the wing up to eye height. Reach through for the front handle or front part of your boom. Follow with your backhand to grab the back handle or the back of the boom. The front hand is the hand which will be closer to the leading edge when riding. The backhand will be farther away from the leading edge when riding. The ideal flying position of your wing is to have it at a 45-degree angle above and in front of you. To steer your wing up, push your backhand down and forward. To steer it down, pull your backhand slightly up and backwards. To be well prepared for hitting the water, make sure to be able to manage the power of the wing. To power your wing, pull the backhand toward you while keeping your lead arm extended with a slight bend at the elbow. To depower your wing, just slowly allow your backhand to extend out. To completely depower, let go of the handle or boom with your backhand. Finding the right angle is also key when powering your wing. Try to be very sensitive when sheeting in. When you start to pull your backhand in, you'll feel the lift of the wing increasing. As soon as you can't feel any increase in power, don't pull your backhand in any further. Now you are holding the wing at the perfect angle of attack. After training with your wing on the beach, we recommend grabbing a big beginner supboard with center fins or dagger board. You can also start with an entry-level beginner board with the foil already mounted. Position your board on the rail with the foil pointing into the wind. The wing should be positioned on your downwind side. Now attach the board leash to your natural rear ankle, and then the wing leash to your preferred wrist. Take care especially that your wrist leash is secured just tight enough so you don't lose your wing, but loose enough so it can move freely. Now grab the wing on its front handle and the board at the bottom handle. Keep the wing always on your downwind side when walking into the water, with your foil pointing into the wind to avoid contact between wing and foil. If the water is very calm and you have to walk for a while until it's deep enough, you can flip the board upside down and push it holding the foil. If the water isn't calm, keep the board on the rail. When the water is about waist deep, push the foil down and watch your feet to avoid contact. Now position the board on your downwind side at a 90-degree angle to the wind. Grab the wing with your back hand and place it at the tail of the board. Place the front hand on the board and pull yourself up. Get on your knees and try to find balance. When you feel confident, lift the wing out of the water so it can float in the air freely. If you move the wing back towards the tail, the nose of your board will turn towards the wind. If you move the wing forward, the nose will turn downwind. Play around until the board is at a 90-degree angle to the wind. Now grab the boom or handles, first with your front hand, and then with your back hand. When the board starts moving, the forward motion stabilizes the board, which will help when standing up. To stand up, place your front foot on the front part of the footpad and make sure the foot is placed diagonally over the center line of the board. Now shift your weight onto the front foot. Power up your wing and place your back foot over the center line on the rear part of the pad while standing up. Your stance should be at least shoulder wide. For better balance and safety, always look forward when riding. To turn around, depower the wing. Grab the leading edge handle and place the wing towards the nose of the board. Keep that position of the wing while the board is turning and change your stance with small steps to not lose balance. Once the nose of your board is pointing straight downwind, keep holding the wing in the position that initiated the jibe. Now pulling towards the tail of your board until you get back into a 90-degree angle to the wind with your board. Power up your wing and ride into the new direction. Always remember, as a beginner, you want to ride in a 90-degree angle to the wind. The experience of first flight is the moment that you become hooked to wing foiling. The correct stance and riding position is key for a controlled way to take off. Stronger winds require less of a pumping technique than lighter winds. Choose a windy day for your first flights. Let's get you flying. Keep your body weight low with a wide stance. Keep your feet exactly above the center line of the board. Bring the leading edge of the wing into a 45-degree angle above and in front of you. Steer the board into a 90-degree angle to the wind. Your front arm should be slightly bent. Power up the wing to pick up speed by gently pulling your backhand towards you. Shift your weight onto your back foot for a short moment. If you're fast enough, the board will start rising out of the water. Once your board is in the air, bend your front knee and shift your weight back onto your front foot to reach a stable flight height. As a beginner, you want to ride slow when up and flying. Try to focus on balancing your board and just sheet in as much as needed to stay in the air. If the wind is not quite strong enough to get up on the foil, you can generate some extra momentum by pumping your wing. Extend your arms and pull it back in towards your hips and repeat that movement until your board starts to rise out of the water. You will be surprised how efficient pumping can be, and how much extra speed you will be able to gain in order to get up on the foil. Immediately after takeoff, it is key to get your weight onto your front foot to bring the board into a horizontal position. Get into an upright riding position and simply focus to keep balance on your board. There is a good practice for foil control at this stage: the touchdown. Right after takeoff, shift your weight to your front foot to tilt the board back onto the water surface. Try to maintain enough speed while touching down to immediately get your board up and flying again. Keep linking a couple of touchdowns, and you will get used to tilting your board up and down, as well as the feeling of the board releasing off the water. A riding angle of crosswind or even slightly upwind will help to stabilize your flight. For improved balance, keep your head up and focused on the direction of travel. Nice one! Thank you for watching this quick start guide. We recommend downloading the Duotone Academy app for free. Get access to much more detailed insights and training sessions from beginner to pro level.